Hello. I don't know if you've seen this Economist cover yet, but it's freaky. I don't know if prophetic or exactly what the deal is. So we're going to go through what I've found so far. There's a couple things I don't know. Hopefully other people will be able to figure it out. But the reason it's in Japanese here is because this is a high zoom version. So this is the one I saved. I'll put a bunch of links down below to the one in English, so you can see it's real. It's on the Economist website. It's not made up. It's kind of like in the mold of Sgt. Pepper's cover, and it's got a bunch of weird things that really don't belong together, and then of course the mushroom cloud. So let's zoom in and see what we can see. All right, so we'll start on the left, and there of course is Singapore and the kabuki figure. David Blaine, some kind of like militant. The woman is Mary Barra, who's the CEO of GM. And of course you have Putin. The Pied Piper. And a Croppo Dust. Looks like a drone helicopter with a missile on it or something. And then the Pied Piper's flute goes right into Putin's hand. You have some clownfish. And this boy with a beanie and like a airplane. 50th British drum set, and what I think is a rugby ball. And then the reflection on the floor looks like 20th. And then this panda bear here has the Chinese underwear. Some kind of a Japanese sumo wrestler with a battery. And I guess the bear, symbolizes Russia, and the underwear symbolizes China. Chinese boy eating noodles with a fork sticking out. No one's holding the fork. And then a panic Plinko game. It says Panic Federal Reserve. The dot is a Chinese star, the Chinese colors. And then on the bottom it says SIS, which I guess is ISIS, green light. So Panic Federal Reserve, green light. Turtle, or tortoise, with 9 toes and 11 dashes. Read into that what you will. That the tortoise symbolism is a thing on its own. And this speed car here, Serco, EP, SRC, URT, STP, Castrol, Rolls Royce, and then I can't really read the ones on the back with a British tail. Big multinational corporations there. And then there's 2 darts, 11.5, 11.3, and the darts just kind of go into the ground without real tips on them. Weird. Somebody said that's the Queen driving. I have no idea. But either way, it's a person driving. Looks like a Land Rover with A4 license plate. You have a ghost reading a holiday magazine, like a palm tree and a sun on it. And a Cheshire cat on a branch, and they are both coming out from this person's legs, and you can see the way the shadow is. It's like reaching for the flag, reaching for the American pin, and of course it's that guy. To his right is Matteo Renzi from Italy. Person on the left, I don't know who that is. I'll go over that later. Then you have Napoleon, Joko Widodo of Indonesia. The guy in the hat is GoodLuck Jonathan. And then you have Hillary, Angela Merkel, and the lady in the back with that weird headdress. And Merkel is obviously making your Illuminati sign with her button on her coat made to look like the eye. Just so you know what's going on here. And then some guy wearing virtual reality goggles. I would guess an ISIS fighter with like blood splatter. And an Asian policeman, I would guess, wearing a mask. It's a Chinese premier, Xi Jinping. The woman is Aung San Suu Kyi, who is the Myanmar opposition leader. And then we have Spider-Man, for some reason, in front of the Indian Prime Minister, Modi. Looks like he's reaching into his pocket there. You see Modi, the guy on Modi's left. I don't know who that is. Winston Churchill and David Cameron on the right. You see Churchill sending up the peace sign. And then you have Cameron. That's Michelle Bachelet of Chile. And it looks like a piggy bank is flying in front of Cameron. Again, Spider-Man looks like he's ripping the edge off the picture. So he's between Modi's pocket and the picture. And we have Alice in Wonderland standing in front of... It's a French painting titled La Belle Ferronniere, which is resting on a pile of sand with some kind of ball next or behind Alice. And Alice is kind of watching the entire situation. Everyone's standing in her way. So then if we go back up, again, you can see the rocket launch right next to a mushroom cloud. And then if we go up a little further still, here we have an Amazon drone. And up even further still, you have a two-faced Earth. Don't know who those faces are supposed to represent or exactly why, but if you notice the eye is directly over Israel, that kind of area. So yeah, then we have this. Somebody took the picture and inverted the colors, which is always useful. And there was one major thing I picked up on this, and I'll show you that now. And here it is zoomed in a little bit better. And even though it's in Japanese, it still says the world in 2015. So you can see inversion really changes things. So I'm going to turn it on the side here. I'm going to look at the Panic Federal Reserve Board. And if you look at it like this, zoom in one more time, it looks like mountains, stars, and a comet to me heading towards Russia, or Asia at least, and it looks like the ocean's kind of turned to blood. So then I did a little bit of digging on some of the pictures, and I found this is from The Economist. That boy eating the noodles with the fork, you see his mother's holding the fork. They kind of cut her out and left the fork. This was from November 20th edition, The Middle Kingdom Meets the Magic Kingdom, about China. That kabuki figure, again from The Economist, November 20th, is about Abenomics, so the Japanese leader Shinzo Abe. You can see it's the exact same picture. You can even have the shoulder sash is the same. And then that lady with the headdress with the eggs is from Alexander McQueen's Savage Beauty Exhibition. Again, I'm going to leave links to all these pages. It's weird. I don't know if it's a Mockingjay Hunger Games kind of thing or exactly what it is, but so these are the only two people I haven't been able to identify. This guy to the left of Obama, I know I've seen him before, I just can't place it. And he's wearing like a purple jacket. You can see it behind Obama. And then this guy to the right of Obama behind Modi, again, it looks familiar, but I just can't place him. So hopefully other people will be able to figure that out, who these two people are. Otherwise, all the other people are identified, and then it's just different symbolism things that are in here that we can kind of debate back and forth what they mean. So I'll just list off some things that I noticed here. Again, with Napoleon, it's been 2015 will be 200 years since Waterloo, which was 1815. Again, I don't know if any of these things mean anything, but I'm just going to say it. David Blaine is supposedly demon-possessed. And then that woman, the head of GM, is the only business person on there, assuming the two people I didn't identify are not business people. Everyone else is kind of like a head of state or something like that. The Pied Piper was a rat catcher, and also responsible for children disappearing. And again, he's kind of looking down at the little kid, both little kids, the one with the boy with the plane and the Chinese kid. And again, his hand, like I said, is right going into his pipe, I should say, is going into Putin's hand. And then the clownfish are behind the Pied Piper. So I don't know if he's leading the fish or what's going on with that. The drum set, the 50th, because it means the 50th anniversary of the British invasion. Thinking of the Who with the guitar smashed through the drum set. I'm assuming that's what that is. And again, Good Luck Jonathan is from Nigeria, which is supposedly going to play a big role, and he's wearing like a gold chain or gold pendant or something like that. The guy with the mask, his arms and his hands are too big for his body. You can see they were enlarged before they were photoshopped in there. Don't know why, just saying. And again, we can look at the suits and the ties the people are wearing, like Obama and Putin are wearing the same color tie. Obama and the Chinese Prime Minister wearing the same color suit. And I guess there's something to be said for what faces are in black and white, what faces are in color. And if you look at Hillary and the Myanmar politician, their lips are in color, as are Hillary's eyes, but the rest of their face is in black and white. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. I'm sure the Alice in Wonderland plays a big part of this with the Cheshire Cat there. And the cat and the ghost are both coming out of Obama, it looks like, or at least whatever they're right behind him. The Japanese battery, I don't know if that's a Fukushima thing. And both globes that they're showing, the two faces in the top and the football/rugby ball in the bottom, they're both over Asia. North America and South America are really not pictured. You just kind of see the edge. So I don't know if that's, I'm sure it's done like that for a reason. And then if it is a rugby ball, the Rugby World Cup is in England this September. With those darts, the 11.5 and 11.3, if you just put that into Google with the space between them, it comes up as Patisum Nafada in Nigeria. And again, GoodLuck Jonathan is from Nigeria. The Panic Plinko, that's big with the Federal Reserve on there and the comet/mountain thing if you turn it on its side. The two-faced Earth at the end with the eye on Israel. And Janus was I don't know if it was a Roman god. It was definitely a god with two faces, kind of like the duality and things like that. Those corporations on the rocket, again, if you look into them, apparently Serco, the profile was done on that, the biggest corporation you've never heard of. And EPSRC is, again, a huge English corporation. Again, the black hand shadow reaching for the Obama pin. Like, it doesn't really match his hand, and it's the only shadow on the front anywhere. Even Spider-Man doesn't cast a shadow, and he's supposedly in front of Modi. So, with that Asia plane disappearing, they said it was the black hand that did it, and they have a black hand reaching for America, symbolism style. And I'll put a link to the English one, but the Japanese writing on top, here's what it says in English. It says, Hillary Clinton on women, Matteo Renzi, the plan for Italy, Mary Barra, cars that can talk, and she's the GM CEO, David Blaine, the future of magic, Carl Icahn, Act Trust Investment, I think it says. Oh, sorry, Activist Investment. Can't read my own handwriting. And Bill Gates, set goals, save lives. And again, Bill Gates not pictured, Carl Icahn not pictured, but they're on that cover in words anyway. So there you go. The mushroom cloud is unsettling. The world in 2015, full of historical figures, current figures, imaginary figures, symbolism. Weird. They always try to tell us stuff. And putting this out, it's $28.95 if you want to buy it and actually read the issue. You can get it right on the Economist website. It's a real thing. It's not fake. So who knows what it means? I guess that's it's our job. The awake and people paying attention. So we'll see stuff like this. It'll pique a curiosity and we'll have to figure it out. So there is a post on this at Godlike Productions, which is where I found it originally. And then I kind of just did searching to find out who the people were and got it down to only two. Only two of those people I couldn't figure out. So hopefully the YouTube world It's raining, so the rooster's inside. Hopefully the YouTube world will be able to help us with this. So there you go. Hope you found it interesting.